Hey guys, I'm SPIKE-A-SAURUS, and today we are building a lot of cool rooms in our Woodland Mansion transformation. If you haven't seen the first video where I transformed the exterior, I'd go and watch that right now. Last week I transformed the floor plan. Today we are going to build the first half of the rooms, and next week we will build the second half. As for room choice, I read every comment so far and chose the ones that most interested me, and really these rooms are all about fun and learning. I spent more than 12 hours on the building done in this video alone. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you aren't already subscribed, you might want to, just a suggestion. Okay, let's get started. The first area I thought we would build is a sizable library. I decided to put it in the large open area where the back entrance is because it is basically the largest room and it has a lot of height. Right away I throw in some bookshelves to get a feel for some nice spacing. I went with yellow terracotta to give an older, sophisticated feel. I also wanted to go for a two-story library with the majority of the books on the first level and a smaller amount on the second level with a seating and study area. Similar to the front entrance, I wanted players to see the illager face when they walked in, and I emphasized that with the dark oak and birch planks in a circular arch, almost like a target. Though I ended up moving the illager face, I still like the arch style. I also used carpet of similar color to the clay and wools that I used to create a long fancy rug and a textured carpet. Up top I add more bookshelves with a descending theme, a table with a small desk with glowstone lamps, a very apparent theme in this mansion. Now back over to that illager face. I wanted something similar to the front, but I didn't want to copy it completely. After getting something that was probably just fine, I moved the single face to the opposing wall, so there are now two faces, and I made a more interactive water feature that you can walk past to sit on the bench in the center with a nice view of the library. The yellow wall also matches the library. Alright, now we are jumping across the house and upstairs to the theater room. The goal here is something dark that resembles a fancy in-home movie area. I add 2 levels of seating and speakers for a great viewing experience. In the back, we have my attempt at a popcorn machine, a refrigerator, and a counter to prepare any snacks before the show. I also added in a separate nook by the window as a bit of a lounge. Gotta make sure those precious window areas don't go to waste. Now over in the room that mirrors the theater room, but on the right side of the mansion, is going to be a bedroom. I hesitate on calling it the master bedroom because next episode I think I'm going to put one upstairs, so I will call this the guest room. The style attempt here is something classy with tones of white and gray. Minimal furniture, fancy headboard, lots of floor space, and nice corners in the room help give it that feel. Once again, I make use of the window for a seating area. I couldn't break those oak planks below the window, so here was a good place to use carpet. Though normally I plan for 2 layers of blocks so I don't have to be limited by only carpet. I also work in a very simple bath and mirror area with quartz stairs. Okay, next up is one of the front rooms with all the windows. A few comments asked for a forest or a garden room, so the best place for those are the rooms with the most sunlight. The blue concrete makes the room feel much taller and open, and I use green concrete powder and other blocks for a simple earthy texture. Then I add in a few trees, plants, bushes, vines, and a 3-couch seating area, so you can spend time in this forest, in a home, in a forest, in a game while sitting in a room at your home near a real forest. I think I'm going crazy. Anyways, next up, in the window room on the other side, I decide to build the kids' room. The idea here is the ultimate room for a young kid to have 11 of their closest friends over for a slumber party. I know what you're thinking, 12 kids alone in an area with 6-foot drops from their bunk beds seems too safe. That's why I added a jungle gym that was twice as high and lots of ways to climb up. That way we can really increase the risk of injury. Oh, and some multicolored foam blocks that doubles as projectiles if your kids are strong enough. After designing that extremely safe kids' room, I wanted to finally finish the walls of the main entrance area. Here I wanted to establish somewhat of a theme for the rest of the hallways around the house. Nothing too fancy, I just used stone bricks, brown concrete, and spruce, all while tying in that lower lighting element up high here in the ceiling, and also a simple but elegant chandelier with iron bars for some detail. Back to the first floor, I start on an interesting room, the portal room. Now this could have gone so many different ways, but I thought it would be cool to make an entire environment for this room with lava, glass, and purple terracotta to match the color of the portal. finishing things off with a cobblestone walkway and supports. I love how this room makes me feel like I've walked into another dimension. The room mirroring the portal room is going to be a chest room, one with an open floor plan, elegant but simplistic detailing, and a bit of functionality with a walkway that you can access every level of chest from. I love how this room has themes of utility but also sophistication with the simple plants and seating areas. I know this might sound weird, but this is my favorite room in this episode, but that's just me. Make sure to comment below which room in this episode is your favorite and why. I'd love to read every single comment. Sharing a wall with this storage room is the armor room. Again, this is a room that could take many directions, but I knew that I wanted to try something simple but also Iron Man or like superhero themed. I achieved this look by keeping with gray tones, except behind the armor stands I have bright red lit by glowstone hidden below. This really gives a nice gradient that contrasts the rest of the room and stands out. Next, I really quickly downscale the wall design of the main entrance and work it into the hallway on the first floor. I also add in a striped floor pattern for some variety. Then I stacked the design all the way to the end of the hall and copied over to the other side of the mansion as well. Next up is a fun one, the scientist room. In here we are going to have experiments, tubes running everywhere in the form of glass, and someone or something being tested and monitored in a big blue tank. The walls and floors are shades of gray, so that the color in all the objects stands out more, and it makes sense for a clean room as well. Heading upstairs, we begin on a small enchantment room. I wanted the color scheme of this room to match what was on the enchantment table, so I went with blue and red. I raised the floor up 2 blocks so that you could look down into the enchantment area, and I'm also pretty sure I only needed 1 level of bookshelves, but 2 was more fun. Now just across the hall is going to be a small, narrow office. A quiet place to come and get some work done or study. We have a desk in the back, a few bookshelves, and a corner sofa to take a break from work if need be. Now, across to the other side of the mansion, by the kids' room, we are putting in the pet room. That way the kids can come right over to this room and play with all their lovely pets. I'm making 4 corners, one for birds, cats, dogs, and people. Not to say that people are pets, they just might want to come in and have a place to sit when they're hanging out with Sparky or Mr. Gato. Now obviously, in the room closest to the kids' room, I'm going to put the gaming room. In here is just enough seating to have all your friends in this room and do some gaming. I also figured out that a black block in the wall and a carpet on the desk made for a simple laptop, and I put a button down on the desk as well to act as the mouse. We have 2 more rooms to go on the bottom half of the house. These rooms are more central in the house, so I wanted them to be useful. The first is going to be this laundry room. Using dispensers and droppers as washer and dryer machines, carpet to create a good amount of shelves, and white walls helps give it a simple laundry room feel. There are going to be a lot of people in this mansion, so I made sure to add a few more washing machines. Lastly, we have a storage room. Different to the usable chest room, this room is more for aesthetic purposes only. I give it more of a utility feel with the spruce floor and the stone walls instead of carpets and concretes. It's kind of like the spare parts room if something were to break in the house and need replacing. And with that, we end the episode. As always, thanks for sticking around. I will try to get the next video out as soon as I can, and that will be the rest of the rooms in the house. If you enjoyed what I did here today, the commentary style, building style, any of that, please let me know down in the comments below. I really do read almost every one of the comments that I get on my videos. Oh yeah, make sure to comment your favorite room and why. I'm SPIKE-A-SAURUS, and I will see you in the next episode.